Because last time we talked too, we were like, you're like, I want to raise my prices, but I'm scared. I'm like, raise the prices. You're like, but I'm scared. I was like, raise the prices, man. How did that? Because I remember you were kind of, because you had your website out last time, and you were like, and I was like, raise them, and you're like, to what? I was like, just raise them. You're like, okay, I'm gonna do it. They're raised. Welcome back to the Detailing Business Class podcast, where you'll learn proven tactics and strategies on sales, marketing, and operations to grow your business. I'm your host, Oscar Gill, and my goal is to elevate you as a detailer and business owner to the next level. In this episode, we have a special guest, Mr. Juan from Sweets Detailing out in Dallas, Texas. It's actually almost a year exactly the last time he was here in person, and we talk about a lot of things in this episode, like how his business has grown over the last 2 years from basically zero to now crossing the $9,000 to $10,000 mark per month, how he hired his helper and how he runs that schedule, how he acquired his vehicle, and just the future services he might offer, what he might do that's not detailing related, and just there's a ton of information in this episode. He's actually a member inside my online course, SEO for Detailers, and it's a big reason on how he's been able to grow over the last 2 years. And if you'd like to see how we implement that in our business and get customers, you can go to detailclass.com or just click the link in the show notes and sign up for the free training. Other than that, let's go ahead and get started with this fantastic episode. And welcome back to another episode. We have a new special guest here, Mr. Juan. You can look at the camera. Mr. Juan from Sweets Detailing. Mr. Juan is, the way I know Juan, when did you discover Detail Groove?
Before COVID.
So call it
right, a little bit before COVID.
Like 2019 December or 2020 like January.
When you did that truck, that one I mentioned to you, that black 2500, it was lifted.
Yeah.
That one.
Okay,
that's the first video I saw from you.
Okay, it was me and Lex, right? Okay,
yeah, you and him.
Yeah. I remember in the driveway. Yeah, it was that one. Okay, yeah, I know the video. I don't know the exact date, but that's when he discovered me. At some point, you enrolled into the SEO for Detailers course, and then we started talking. We just kind of you would email me a lot, and I would respond.
Like, a lot of questions. Like, this guy's faking.
Yeah, and then so he went there, and then we just kind of kept in contact since then. Like aside from just like the SEO stuff, it's just I started following you on Instagram. I'd reply whatever. And funny enough, you came, and we just checked right now, May of last year, right? So that's almost a year.
Almost a year.
So May 3rd, I think you came. We just checked our DMs. So May 3rd, so that's going to be in maybe like a week and a half. So it's almost exactly a year. So let's actually, because I even forgot where you were and all that stuff as well. So just break it down. Like, what do you do? You're Juan from Dallas. You do mobile detailing, but just kind of give us a little bio of yourself.
Well, I'm Juan with Sweets Auto Detailing in Dallas, Texas. Like I said, I discovered the YouTube videos with you. I was actually working at Chick-fil-A before, and then I quit it. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna try. I wanted to do something. I didn't know what I wanted to do, but and then I discovered you, and I was like, this guy's paying like $500, $600 for his services. I was like, well, that's not true. And then I was like, okay, all right. So and then I was like, and then I started. First I did your course, and then I bought it, and then I didn't have a job since then, and then I was kind of running dry by the 8-month mark, but that's when I was enrolled. I was having the website, and I was like, "Dang, I don't think this worked."
That's okay.
And then after like the website was up for like a good 4 to 6 months, I started getting leads, and I was like, "Oh dang, it's working." And then it was just enough for me to have like my monthly payments and stuff. The only had I was a car, but it was just like enough. Like I would get 1 or 2 customers a month, and it was cool. I was like, "Dang, I would work for like 2 jobs of what I did was like the whole 2 weeks of what I worked at Chick-fil-A. I was like, dude, this is pretty cool. And then that's when I started coming that 1 year mark, I was up to making like 5,000 to 6,000.
Oh, you came here at the 1 year mark? Oh, okay.
Cool. For 1 year from now.
Yeah.
It was I was making 5 to 6 a month.
And
then so that's what I was like, oh dang. And then that's when I came to you. I was like, so what's next? I need to hire and stuff. And that's when I was like, how do I hire? How do I look for a shop? And then so 1 year from now here, like I said, it's like from 10 to 11.
10 to 11,000 a month now. Yeah.
And then it ranges from like 9 to 10. Like I think this month's probably like a 9. But it's close to there. So
Yeah, and then I have a helper as well, right?
yeah, helper
Yeah,
as well.
yeah. I
So
remember
they
that.
hire-
Yeah, the last time we talked about that too. How's like what is that like full time, part time? Is it like specific days? Like what's how did that?
No, it's full time. He was part time at first, and then I got him to full time because part time I was like, I want to test it out, see how it goes. And then I had enough work, but I was just like, I want to see how it goes first. Like I don't want to get him like a full time, like full blow on. And then, but it was good in the beginning. It was help. He still slows me down because like he's not gonna cut my time in half. Like if we both had our stuff, like definitely cut in half. But like I'm still mobile. But he definitely helped me out in the first month, and after like the second, third month, I was like, he's actually helping me now. Like it's working now. Like what you told me, and I was like, hey, he's helping me out. Because I'll go over his work like the first month, and I was like a little details here and there, and then but like after the second, third, I was like, dang. Like and he's like, and he would tell me, he was like, why do you go back over if I'm gonna check it? And I was like, sometimes you miss spots, and then after that I don't check, and he's like, see, I don't check because you're actually like you got it now, you're rolling with it now. So he's like, okay, but it's a whole different experience. Like when you have help, when I was alone, I don't think I can go back alone.
Yeah, no,
like,
yeah, it's a different one. Even Angel that works here, I mean, he just started too, but his dad helps him all the time, and he's like, bro, I don't want. Like he doesn't get that many cars, but it's like even his dad still helping him right now is like, dude, it's so better because I mean everything goes by faster, but like just being able to talk to someone.
Yeah.
Because I've watched I don't watch that many detailing videos anymore, but sometimes I watch some videos, and when someone's working alone, I'm like, man, dude, like that's tough.
Yeah.
Like I remember those days, like working all by yourself, long hours, like just being able to talk to someone is better, right? And do you have a good relationship?
And it's like we laugh, make jokes and stuff.
Yeah,
like
that.
Whole,
It's you can't beat it. Like you would rather almost because you do. Like I would rather make less money just to have a better experience than to do everything by yourself, even if you can make more. Because it's like, dude, it's so lonely when you do it by yourself. It's like it's not fun. Even if you're like okay with like, no, I like being alone. Like not every day for like 10, 12 hours at a time. Like that's not. No, that's not fun
like,
at all.
You think about it, and it's like you're gonna do that like a long time.
Yeah, no, no social communication with anyone, like no interaction with another human being. Like it's not fun. So okay, so you've now been in business now for 2 years.
Yeah,
dang, that's crazy.
Years, yeah.
You moved way faster than I did. It took me like way longer than that to get to that point. So in 2 years, you went from zero to, I mean, legit zero to call it 9,000-10,000 a month. And what's crazy before the whole your SEO thing. Because how long did it take you to start getting customers and calls from your website?
About like 4 to 6 months.
Yeah, so call it once you actually started getting calls, like you're really only at a year and a half right now, which is crazy.
Exactly. Yeah,
that's wild.
Yeah.
How does it feel? I mean,
it's crazy. It's crazy. Like in the beginning, I think it's more so. Remember, like the first one is like, oh, I got my first customer. Let's go. And then I would work, and that's exciting. But it's not to the point. It's like where everything's like we're all. I'm grateful for the work that I have now. Like that's how I maintain myself and like also the worker, the company. But sometimes it's like now that I have a lot of leads, we go there, we do the job, and it's like it's just rinse and repeat. It's not that exciting as first as like And I told my worker, I was like, remember these days because these days are the best.
Oh, dude,
but I tell him about you, and he's like, I remember he was like, he's like. When we laugh and it's like remember this, when we have something else and we like everything's just more so serious now, it's gonna be like I remember when we drive and stuff like that. That's one thing I would probably go back and like soak in the like when it was me way back in the day in the HHR with Anthony. I was like, I wish we could just like I don't know, just like appreciate where we really were. Exactly. Like there was no worries, there was no I mean there was worries, but like it's not what it is now. There was no like it was just. We're just having a good time, like working hard, but it's just every day we're just trying to learn, trying to get a little better every single day. So what's like what are the biggest differences between like, damn, it's crazy. 'Cause it's only been 2 years. So like when you first started to now, like, what were the biggest, like, what got you to here, to from 0 to 10,000 in 2 years? What got you to that point, if you could? Would it been like
what are the main things that kind of kept on turning the tide for you? Saying like, how'd you get to 10,000 a month in 2 years? What are the main, like, you look back at it now, what are the big lessons that kind of stick out to you?
I don't know. No, I mean honestly it was just basically I just following you. Honestly, that helped me out. Like, I literally don't look at anyone else but you, because you more put it in sort of like a business perspective. But like SEO by far was like the best
on that
thing
one.
ever. Like, there's nothing else beat it. Like, if it wasn't for that, like, I wouldn't have had nothing what I have now.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't have bought a generator. Nothing. Like, I would have never had
Yeah.
nothing. I could have bought like what I had when I first had my Ford Ranger, when I had backed out of the truck.
All right. Yeah.
But if nothing else, if that's all I had, and I was just going but word of mouth, like, that's kind of hard, because how do you know they're gonna call you? Like, you don't have really control of like, oh, am I gonna get like leads or anything like that? Like, I find that really hard. Like, how do you like, go word of mouth? Like, I'm worried. Like, I would be worried. But there's some people that do really good, and I'm like, I can't. Like, I had to have some type of control of like what I can do. Leads. But like, I think by far everything was SEO. Mistakes that I did, I don't really think I have none, because like, Loso, I followed you. Like, you did all the mistakes for me.
Right. You're like, okay,
So I was like, all right, let me follow this guy.
Yeah.
But I think what I would have done differently was, I think I should have just found a job
in the beginning.
Instead of waiting, because I did run dry.
Yeah.
Like, I was I had like I think I had like 6,000-7,000. By the end, I had like 1,000, because I was buying backlinks. I was buying. I bought the website, the domain. It wasn't like that much, but like, I think the expensive part was the backlinks.
Mm-hmm.
And then like, I bought your course too, and then I got someone to run a report for me. But the only thing I needed help was backlinks. Like, I was really stressed about backlinks. Oh, yeah. And then now I'm like, I just get like, I'll forget about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about
it. But that's true though. Yeah, anyone there, because I did the same thing for years of like, I wasn't making enough money. I was like, all right, I'm gonna go get a job. Like, that's it. Like, let me go do that and try to work. I quit the job, and then I try to go at it again. I'm like, okay, it didn't work out again. Let me go get another. I did that. Yeah, I did that for a while, like a few years actually, way back in like 2011. Yeah, I was doing that. Yeah, so you started off in the Ford Ranger as well. Yeah, like. We're having our first conversation like in a long time, so I'm also like, oh, I forgot, like, well, like I'm trying to remember what all he went through as well. Yeah. So you had a Ford Ranger as well. That's what you started off with in the Ford. Was that your main car, your main truck?
That was my mom's truck.
Your mom's truck.
And because the other ones were sedans, I was like, how am I gonna fit all this? And she had the trucks. So I was like, that was like the better way, and it really sucked because she would use it. She would like be like, no, don't worry about it. You can keep your stuff in it. But I felt really bad.
Yeah, of course.
Because I was like, damn, what if it doesn't work out? And she's like, you kept all the stuff in the back. So every day I would load and unload. So like the tank, like I had to make sure I had enough water. If not, I would have to dump the whole thing or like take it with all the weight.
Yeah.
But like I barely started with the essentials. Because where I got my address, it was mostly apartments. And it was like, it's like it's in the design district in Dallas. So it's like a lot of apartments in there. So it was kind of hard to get power. So I was like, at least I can get like at least a generator. Like that's really all I needed. Because honestly, like a lot of like I don't do even now. Like I don't even do a lot of washes. Yeah. Like I just have I have a 50-gallon water tank, but literally I get calls for interiors, and like really nothing washes. A lot of people care more about the interiors. So, but yeah, I started at the Ford Ranger, and then I collected money. I started saving money, and that's when I was like, dang, I can probably upgrade to like a van because my stuff would get wet too. So I would have had to unload when it got wet too. So I was like, dang, I had to upgrade soon. So that's when I got the Ford Connect. So
yeah, how was that one? What was the buying process? Like, did you go look at a lot of vans, whatever? Like, what was the journey?
So that one, I didn't look at vans because I think I told you that it's I buy from the salvage yard because my dad buys his vans there.
Right, yeah.
So he was like, yeah, I can just get you a van from the salvage yard.
So how much was it?
It was like 20.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
With the taxes and stuff and like the parts that I had, like 25.
Well, yeah. What's the like? Do you know the retail? What was the retail? Like
42.
Oh, really?
42.
God, dang.
Well, now.
Oh,
back then, I'm not sure.
Yeah, because
it changed.
Yeah, I know. Because we got our van a little before like the whole craziness happened with like the shortage of used vehicles and such. So I think ours was 21.
That's good.
Yeah. Like, cause I remember me and Lex were somewhat thinking about like, hey, should we get another van? And I was like, let me just go check like Auto Trader, whatever. Like, what are the prices? And I saw the same. I was like, dude, that's like 35, 45,000 now, which is like 6 months ago is like not that. I was like, dude, heck no, we're not getting nothing right now. Yeah. That's super expensive.
That was really good.
Is it still running well? Like no problem because it's coming from a salvage title, right?
Yeah. Well, it was just a hit from the back. Like it was like the lightest thing ever. Like,
did you have to do any repairs?
It was just. We just had to fix the door. That's it.
And
then put the bumper on, and then rewire like the sensors, and then that's it.
Yeah, did the work?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
as far as the painting, they painted the door because it was
Oh,
Because
messed
we
up.
had to pull it back. We were gonna mess it up.
Okay.
So, but it was pretty easy. I mean, just slap on the door and stuff, and it was
Okay.
good to go. That's why the reason I bought. I'm not gonna like one that's like, oh, I jacked up in the
Yeah,
front,
yeah,
like
yeah,
it cost
yeah.
me a lot more money. So, but yeah, I did that one. I think that was one of the mistakes too. I gave all my cash flow like to that.
No. Oh, okay.
I think I should have like financed one
You
did
paid it
another
off
one.
all at once?
Yeah, it's not when you go into
okay.
salvage yard, you don't. There's no financing because it's like you got to buy the
Yeah,
car
it's true.
outright.
It's like there's no, yeah.
And I think
that's
I would have
true.
had more leverage and be like, okay, let's see what we can do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's pretty hard. Yeah, because dumping all your money into one thing like that,
Yeah.
it's like, yes, okay, yeah, cash flow is a big part of like, yeah, that's a big one. Did that set you back, or just like you said, like it just I just gave up a lot of money, a lot of leverage for per se for future or anything, like I could have spent that on
I noticed
marketing,
now.
whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know?
Now, back then I was like, yeah, I'm saving money, but like I said, I don't pay anything. I still live with my parents, so
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
like, yeah, let's do it. Like, it wasn't gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
But and then but now I was like, dang, like right now I'm like, dang, I should have saved it. Could have dumped it into like marketing. Could have got me more, and like the van would have been like, it's not that.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, because that's the tricky part. Because like, yeah, because I hear that all the time, and it's like, people would rather save to just pay it off all at once. And like with something with a van, you could probably get away with it depending on how expensive. Like if it was, 40,000, would you have been able to pay it off all at once?
Mm-hmm.
Would you
No,
like?
it was 25.
No, but if it was 40,000,
Oh.
let's say, would you have been able to do that?
No.
Right. So at some point it gets to like when it's achievable, you can do it. But like let's say if you for people listening, not to you specifically, but like if someone wanted to get a shop, right, and people if they have that mindset of like, well, I just want to save and pay it off all at once, so I don't take care of it, so I don't have to worry about it. And it's like, well, if you that's not always applicable to everything, because like if you get a shop for $1,500 a month for 3 years, that's 54,000, and it's like even if you could pay that off, you just constrain yourself so much. Like it's always easier just for cash flow purposes to
Mm-hmm.
make payments so you can stretch that money further and
Exactly.
deploy it somewhere else. Yeah. So
Mhm.
and it does take discipline, because it's so easy to be like, no, I could just pay it off though, and not have that $400 payment.
Yeah.
Because like some people just don't like having payments out. Like, just get that off the books. But yeah, the reality is like you have to stretch everything. Like that's like it
better.
you have to have that discipline to be like, yeah, like I'm gonna build up, because obviously you have to be profitable and like you have to be having positive cash flow.
Okay.
But yeah, I get your sentiment though. I think a lot of people fall into that mindset
Yeah.
of like, I'm gonna just pay it off all at once. You take the hit, you're like, oh, it hurts a little bit, but it's off the books now.
Yeah.
But for cash flow purposes, it's better you finance everything. No, but that's so good though. I mean, you learn your mistake,
Yeah.
and it's not really a mistake. I mean, you like it did put you in a good position as far as like, well, you can look at it both ways.
It was. I think I would have been fine either way.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if I financed or not, like I still had the leads and like
Yeah,
I was still making money.
and that's an
so-
important thing. Like even with what you just said, it's like, but the important thing is like you had business coming in.
Exactly.
Like if you did all this, like I still don't have customers. It's like,
that would suck.
yeah, it's like, well, you just cut. Now you really shot yourself in the foot.
Yeah, you spent all your money.
Yeah,
you,
so
you blew it all.
So a big part of that is like, yeah, you had customers coming in. So how was have you raised? Oh, because last time we talked too,
Yeah.
you're like, I want to raise my prices, but I'm scared. I'm like, raise the prices. You're like, but I'm scared. It's like, raise the prices,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
How did that? Because I remember you were kind of. Oh, because you had your website out last time, and you were like, and I was like, raise them, and you're like, to what? I was like, just raise them. You're like, okay, I'm gonna do it. They're raised.
I went back up and changed it.
But how customers, like, did you lose some? Did they get more? Nothing changed really. Like what was there? I don't know. Do you remember what you were charging before?
Yeah. So when I came here, I was charging 160 to 200 for like a Toyota, like a sedan.
Like interior?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
For the interior detailing. And then when we changed it, we went to 185 to 225. And then I was like, okay. And then I started giving that price. And then I just got my employee, and I was like, dang, I should probably raise my pricing again. And I raised it, so now it's like I seen the pricing that you have for like 220 or 280, and I started charging that, and we were like, oh, okay, that's fine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I thought that was such a big gap, like 220 to 280, but people were like, no, like it's fine.
Makes sense. Yeah.
And then I would sometimes I would hesitate, like, oh, this is $20. Should I knock $20 or $40? And like people were like, I feel like they didn't even care, because I would experience like, okay, let me like $20 and then let me not. And then even with the like, I would charge 280. People would still tip on top of that, like $40, $50, and I'm like, damn, am I too cheap still? You know?
Yeah.
So I was like, how much is if they got their car detailed before, I wonder how much they charge.
Yeah.
So was I cheap?
Yeah. No, at least in my experience, I know we're always the more expensive one. I think they just like, because like for us, it's probably the same for you. But like, it's not like if a customer comes to us like as a repeat customer, they don't call us for like, okay, come wash my car again. We have like maintenance clients and such, but it's usually like, hey, it's been like a year or 2 years. Can you give my interior a thorough cleaning again? Let me pay you $260. And then like throughout the year or whatever, they'll take it to like Mr. Bubbles or whatever for like 15, $20. I think that's what I think happens with our customers, because because we're just a more in-depth service, right? So it's like they don't need to call us out every single month or anything, unless it's a maintenance. But even then, we're still way more expensive than like a Mr. Bubbles down the street. But yeah, like from the first iteration of your pricing to like where you are now, like did you see any like, did you get more like people telling you no, or like did you get more resistance on the pricing, or was everything like, oh, everything's just about the same?
It was about the same, honestly.
Right, like nothing.
Yeah, nothing really changed.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy how that is, right? Like you were thinking like, okay, I gotta like, I might have to explain myself more, or I might have to break down the pricing more, or maybe I'm gonna lose customers. But it was just literally the same.
Change the price.
Yeah.
Same template. Send it.
Yeah, and nothing changed, right? Like absolutely nothing changed. Did it at all help you get quote unquote like better customers at all? Like did the quality of customer?
For sure, cars are cleaner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I feel like cars are cleaner. For sure, when I was a little bit on the 160 to 200, I would get more like beat up vehicles, and I would still charge more. I'd be like, sometimes I'd be like, okay, well this is a little bit more, and I'll tell the customer that it'd be like 240. But now that I can be at that price range, I can be like, oh, it's gonna be 340 for the interior. Now that like that, and some like I have more customers that are like, oh, I know it's in really bad shape. It's in bad shape. And I get there and it's like, it's not that bad.
It's not bad.
Yeah. And I was like, okay. But yeah, it's like more definitely like the customers did change a little bit. It's not like dramatic.
But you see a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. You get more quality leads for that.
Have you? Yeah. And well, you don't really post your pricing at all. But I was going to say, like, have you ever had another person say you're charging too much? Another detailer. Like you see the comments when I post my videos, like, bro, you are taxing, whatever. Have you had any feedback from other detailers or not? Like, have you had any like trolls or anything like you're too expensive?
I've had two. People would message me on my even with the pricing that I have now on my Instagram. I haven't changed the pricing there.
Oh, from
and then they're like, I would get people to message me like, oh, that's too much, or like, what does that include? And I would explain everything. And then they'd be like, oh, I'm another detailer. You're charging too much. And I'm like, dang.
That's
like,
crazy, huh?
Like, yeah. No, but that was only 2 times. Like, other than that, like,
yeah, that's still crazy. That, like,
that people was like, so told me, like, you charge too much. And I'm like, dang, I'm at a whole different price point at this point.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, there's a price point for everyone, you know? It's like, if you go to, like, if you get a plane ticket from here to, I don't know where, Canada somewhere, right? And it's like, well, you could pay for, like, the economy class if you want. You could pay for the whatever the middle section is, you can pay for first class. Like you're all getting to the same spot in the same plane, but it's like there's a different price points for different people, and that's one thing that's like, it's just crazy to see people like don't understand that. Of like, bro, we're not holding a gun to anyone's head. Like if they want to come with us, they're gonna come with us. If they don't, they don't. So how's it with your helper now? Like it's or employee? Like what? Kind of break that down for us.
Yes,
because I remember. I'm sorry to cut you off. Yeah, because we talked that one time. The last time you came, they didn't really talk to you much after that, and you just kept on doing your thing. And now you're like, hey, I have the full time, whatever.
So it's pretty good. Like I said, he was part time for about 2 to 3 months, and then I was like, okay. Like Vertec was there. He was teachable. That was the most important, because he was teachable. And I was like, you can come and join me, and full time now. But he does everything. You know what he does. At the point in the beginning, we had like, okay, you got to do this, but now like we get there, over the van. He starts doing one thing, I start doing the other thing, and it's just like a smooth process. But I do have him question sometimes. He's like, dude, sounds like customers, like they're just like, they look at the vehicle and then they just look around and like, oh, okay, and they pay. Like I was like, my helper's like, hey, he didn't even check the car, like he didn't know he did a good job, and I'm like, he's like, why do you think that happened? And I'm like, I think it's because like I think they know who they hired, they saw the reviews, they did an investigation. With my website and stuff, and usually it's like the people that like submit an email. Like those are the people that like I love the most. Like they have more flexibility. They have no rush. Nothing. Like those people are better. But like he questions like a lot of things, and I was like, why this and why that? And I'm like, it's just how it is.
Yeah,
I think he's like more surprised about like, because the only thing we're doing is like cleaning cars, and I think he's like surprised on like, oh, well, why is this? Like he thought it would be kind of like more, I guess like more messy. not like a cleaner process, smoother process, or like more so like the prices that we charge.
Yeah.
I think that's like the biggest one, and it's like, oh, and he's like, oh, this is how it should be, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and like a big part of all that is like having the right person or like having the right customer reach out to you, right? Like if it's like a not to sound disparaging, whatever. It's like if it's a cheap customer and they expect a lot more for little pay, it's like they have like they're gonna be a bit more nitpicky. They're, oh, your dinner, hey, can you touch this? Can you touch that up? But when it's the right customer, when they value your work, appreciate your work, when they have the money to be able to afford those services. Way more understanding, way better. There's no negotiate. There's no like bickering. There's no like, oh, cool, like. And because I'm the same way as well when I purchase anything, whether it's a haircut, whether it's like a mechanic or whatever, like because I've done my due diligence with the mechanic or I've been going there for like a while now, or it's the barber, it's like whatever it is, right? If it's like whatever 200, not a haircut, the mechanic 200, 600, whatever the case may be, because I trust him, I've been going there. It's like, yeah, just like, I trust you. And even I know that even if something goes wrong with the whatever the repair was, you're just like, hey, it's like messed up again. Like, hey, bring it in, no problem. Like I'll get you in right now. Like cool. Everything is better than if you go to a little chafa mechanic, a little like cheap mechanic that works out of a whatever charges very cheap. Does decent work every now and then, but it's a hit or miss. Like I'd rather pay the premium rate to just like I know like peace of mind. It's gonna get done. If something breaks or something happens afterwards, it's like they'll take care of it. That they're proactive with everything, and I think that's where if you're doing everything right, like that's where you land up. Like they're not really checking. They don't really not that they don't care, but they just have trust and they just want to get it done properly. And that's I think that's the biggest difference.
But I did have like that instant with the mechanic that you brought it up. My van had the lower control arm. It was bad, and I took it to the shop and it was leaking transmission fluid. And it was because of that. I didn't know that at the time, but I took it to the mechanic, and he was like one of the knockoffs, I guess. And he was like in one of the streets, and he was like, I brought it. First of all, it took a really long time, about like 3 to 4 weeks.
Oh dang! That's it being your work van too.
Yeah,
it's like
and then I got it back, but it was still leaking transmission fluid. And I was like, he's like, that's a different problem. And I was like, so why can't you fix it? He's like, it's because I don't have time. And I was like, oh, okay. So now like I'd have to take it somewhere else to get it. And then I took it to another mechanic, and then he said the lower control arm is not original. Like he's like, they bought it from O'Reilly's, but the diameter, it's like a replica. So like the diameter is not the same. Like it's probably off by just a little bit, which is leaking. And he was like, we gotta return that piece and get you like the original piece, put it back in. Like that was like another cost. And then like my dad actually went back and he was like, hey, you didn't do a good job. And he didn't want to give us our money back or anything like that. And he was like, no, we're not gonna get you enough money. We did the job, whatever. We already put in the labor. And then we just left it at that. I mean, we're not really arguing, but now that I go to that guy now.
Yeah.
He does a good job. But he is pretty booked. But again, like he does like really, really.
Yeah, and that's one thing you have to realize is like and even he said if like your helper things, we're just cleaning cars, right? Because I mean at the end of the day, like there's no urgency, there's no death or life. It's like we are cleaning cars. Yeah. But aside from that, we're also dealing with people's time, right? Which is why like with me, like I remember I used to go to a barber, and he was nearby and such, and they did good work, but they for some reason I don't know why, but they wouldn't do bookings. Everything had to be a walk-in. So maybe I'd go in there one day and like, okay, he's available. I'll get the cut right there. Yeah. Or sometimes there might be 2 people in front of me and it's like, I have to wait like almost an hour to get a haircut. And I hate waiting. Like I hate waiting for anything. Yeah. And if there's always an option to schedule, I will always schedule. Even if I have to pay something like more, whatever, I'll always schedule. And if I can't schedule, I'll go look for someone that I can schedule. With anything. So with this one, like, because like I hate waiting, so I was like, I'm not gonna come here anymore. And then I went to go find someone where like you could schedule, and they were actually higher price than the other one. But I was like, I want to pay for that convenience of like, okay, it's gonna be at 1 o'clock. I'm gonna show up at 1 o'clock. I'm gonna get my haircut at 1 o'clock, and then I'm gonna leave by 1:25. Boom. Like I'd rather pay more for that. Yeah. Than to like, okay, hopefully when I get there, I'm not gonna wait 45 minutes. I could just, so a big part of like what we're doing, and not just this, but like plumbers, electricians, like it's not just the commodity of the service itself, but it's like, bro, you're saving people's time, because like imagine like 3 to 4 weeks without a van. Yeah, that's a big deal, if you go to that other person, you're like, hey, yeah, like wait until Monday, like let's say a week, but 2 day turnaround. It's like, okay, well, like excellent, like I'm gonna go with that guy because it's way faster. And yeah, like you're paying a premium rate or probably more than the other guy, but it's like that's what we're doing. You know, like
Yeah,
people
same
hire
thing,
us for the
yeah.
exact same thing.
Mhm.
And we hear from customers too of like, oh man, thank you guys for calling us back. Thank you for
Exactly. I get
being
that
so
a lot.
punctual. Like I'm calling so many detailers and no one returned my calls, or last detail I had was late by an hour, didn't let me know, or the other guy just left. Whatever. It's like we're dealing with like people's time. We're dealing with like they just want a good provider
Mhm.
that's like reputable and like professional. It's like it's almost very basic stuff because it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, bro, just show up on time.
Yeah.
Be courteous, you know, be professional, talk to the person. It's kind of crazy because it's so basic, but it's like so many people mess up on that.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, and I get a lot of people like saying like, oh, everybody like comments on the communication. Like,
Yeah.
they're like, yeah, your communication like you had everything thorough. We didn't go back and forth that much. It's like I usually like my conversations go like 3 to 4 messages, and then they're
Yeah.
already booked in. Like it's like that quick. And
Yeah,
then
and
they're
like-
they're like, oh, and some people are like, are you actually gonna show up though? And I'm like, why would I show up? But then I started learning like the people don't show up.
Yeah, that's
I would get a lot of people like, no, like the other detailer they didn't show up. The other one, he was late, and then I get a lot of them now where it's like the detailer messed up.
Mhm.
Like it's just like a lot of they did like not a really good job. And, like they paid a pretty high price for it, and then like I come in and it's like, oh dang, you saved me because the other detailer he's like not replying anymore. He didn't come back, and I'm like, dang. It's like, but yeah, I get like a lot of them that are like, I need you to fix like whatever the mistake they did.
Yeah. So yeah, then like I said, like a big part of that for everyone listening, like that's literally just a great customer experience. Like that's a big part of it. Yeah, like communicating. Yeah, because it's true. Because yeah, I mean, I don't know why. I mean, I know why. Just people don't know. But it's like, yeah, the way you talk to a customer is like a big deal, right? The way you communicate is a big deal. The way you show up is a big deal. So what did you do for those 3-4 months that you didn't have the van?
Back
in
to
the
truck,
S10?
Back in the truck.
Right? It was S10,
Yeah.
right?
Which one?
It was the S10.
The Ford Ranger.
Oh, Ford Ranger. My
Yeah,
bad.
yeah,
Ford
yeah.
Ranger. Ford Ranger.
I
Yeah,
went
yeah.
back to the Ford Ranger, and I was there for a little bit. It was a little miserable.
Yeah, because now
Yeah,
going
you
from
got
like a,
used to
like
it.
yeah,
Yeah, I know.
yeah, it's a little extra. Like, oh man, going from a good setup to on the truck. Because on the you built out your van yourself, right? The mobile van.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. And on there you have reels and everything.
Yeah,
And then on the truck you didn't have like when the
I had only the air hose rail.
air hose. When the van was in the shop for 3-4 weeks and the Ranger you only had the air hose reel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Everything else had to be like
Just
had to
hand
be
by hand.
because
Yeah.
You had to like build I had to build like a metal platform, but and then like at that time like I had to switch everything over. So one of the biggest problems was the water would drip water.
Mm.
The water tank would drip water, and then it was like the whole wood would get
Yeah,
all
yeah,
soggy.
yeah,
So that
yeah,
was
yeah.
a problem. So I had to like not really have a lot of reels because all the reels were like
Mm,
soaked
yeah,
into the
yeah,
wood and
yeah,
stuff. So I
yeah.
was like, okay, I can't do this. So
Yeah.
I just went back to like just.
And there's a big
drilling
difference, right? Having a
Yeah.
full setup versus the Ford
Yeah.
Ranger. Yeah, I'm telling you, yeah, it's like you if anyone listening, like you start with what you can start, but man, over time, like it makes a big difference having a proper setup versus pulling in, pulling out, putting back the stuff in the vehicle. It makes a big difference. The helper that you have now, I remember back then, it was someone. Did you find someone else? I remember.
Yeah, because he was still at school. Like, he was
Right,
still,
right. So this is something
still
completely
school.
different.
Yeah.
Okay,
still
okay,
school,
okay.
yeah.
How'd you find this helper?
Same thing. I found this helper on. He was I put like a thing online because I was like, how do I find people? And I just put it on. I forgot what website I put
Where
it
are
on.
they?
I was like, so I just put it on, and then he submitted a form, and I was like the only person, and I was like, all right, let's try it out. And then
He was the only person that.
yeah, and I was like, okay, let's try
Was
it
it
out.
like on Indeed or like
I think it was
Facebook Jobs or
Indeed
something?
Like, I forgot, it was a website where like you post like a listing.
Craigslist, maybe?
Yeah, and then you put like a listing, and then like it finds people. That was like I forgot what website it was, but yeah, he submitted, and I was like, okay, that's cool. And then yeah, I just talked to him. It was normal. I was like, don't think it's like a hard interview. Like
It's me, man.
yeah, I went to Starbucks actually. So and I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, like just come to Starbucks and we'll meet there. Grab a coffee or something, and then we'll just talk. And funny enough, he wanted to be a detailer too.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so
Well,
he was
yeah,
like,
yeah, cool.
he was like, I think I know you from somewhere, and I was like, wait, what? And
No.
he's like, yeah, and he's like, didn't you come out like on a YouTube or something?
No.
Yeah, and I was like, nah, I don't think so. You got me messed up for someone else. And he was like, oh, okay. And then later on, he found out he was like, I think you came out in detail. Group or
Yeah,
something
no
like that. And I
way.
was
Dang,
like,
that's crazy.
I was like,
yeah.
but he didn't know much about you. He
Yeah.
just saw you, and
Saw
then
like
it was
a
like,
video,
and that's
okay.
it. And like he never followed you or anything. And he's like, do you know Detail Group? And like, yeah, I know him. And he's like, yeah. So I was like, I think I saw you there, and I was like, yeah. I went
dude,
to
that's
it once. And he
crazy.
was
What
like,
a
yeah.
coincidence.
But he doesn't he didn't really he didn't really have anything. He's just like, let's test out the waters and see what happens.
But as far as like he didn't have his own tools and products or skill.
No. He was like maybe I want to start it, maybe not. I was like, okay. I was like, maybe you can. I was like, you can learn anything you want from here. Ask me questions. There's no secret. Just whatever, if you want to apply it to your business, go ahead. I'm not gonna hide anything from you. There's nothing to hide. There's like a lot of customers for everybody.
Yeah.
Like, and it's like, I'm not gonna be toxic and tell you like, my process. Like, I don't care if you take my place or anything like that.
Has he started his business yet?
No, not yet.
Okay.
But I mean, I think it's like more. He's still kind of learning.
Yeah. Oh, it's only been like 2-3 months that y'all been together. Oh, okay. Which is still great. It's still fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah, he's learning. Probably like, I think like you'll learn a lot. Like, especially like now that he has more like someone like a picture of it.
Yeah.
Versus like not really having anything, or like trusting someone like I trusted you.
Yeah.
I think it's hard. I think that's the hardest part. Like trusting someone that says something, and then like, oh yeah, here's my course, try it out.
Yeah.
And especially like it's more like for you, we were like, if it's not done right, it's like a user error. And then they were like, nah, he's a scam.
That's true. Yeah, because because you're referring to the course, right? To the and it's funny. Yeah, that's how it usually is, because it's all about like I mean, because think about literally every person that's ever started their detailing business, like most, like how many of them actually get to 5,000 months? Like not many of them, right? And not even course. It's just like how because it's definitely like a good character. Or like it's a big factor of like how fast do you implement it? Because with you, it sounds like you want to start a business, you got the course, implemented it, results. Like it wasn't like you and then you got your van, you got the like even when we talked about hiring someone, you're like, okay, I'm like, and then you're just like, all right, I'm gonna go hire someone, like immediately, like, or the pricing, you're just like, okay, I'm gonna change it now.
Yeah,
it's like it's like how fast you implement the stuff. So I think like it's like 100% to your credit. Of like you hear something, you're like, okay, I'm gonna go do it now.
Yeah.
Like to me, like, okay, I'm gonna go do it. Like no question about it. Man. And I think that's a big factor. And same thing with the course. Like you see the course, you're like, okay, I'm gonna go do the course now. Like like that's exactly, because I have obviously there's people in the course that like just for whatever reason like take longer to take action, or like they'll ask me a ton of questions, like a lot of questions, and I'll be very upfront with them, like, hey man, like, out of all respect, like you're asking me a lot of questions and you haven't done anything to your website. So like, I'm going to give you this list right here. Work on that before you contact me again, because like I need you to take action. And I'm not being rude or anything, but it's like I can tell from that person, like they got to analyze everything and they got to ask the thing like 10 times. They got to make it, so this is the right step. So it's like, it's my job to be like, hey bro, just go take action. Like go do something so I can give you actual feedback. Right now you're just asking a lot of like,
you don't have anything.
Step 1 questions. Like if you just take action, we can get you to step 12. So that's pretty important. Like just be able to take action immediately.
I feel like people buy your course and then like they just start asking questions. Like I would actually go through the videos, because I was like, if I ask him a question, he's probably like, I already answered it in the video. So like I'm just gonna watch the videos. But like the only thing I asked you was mostly just the backlinks. Like, those are the hard. I think that was like most like hardest one. For me.
That's probably where a lot of people get stuck on, because
but everything else was like pretty easy.
Because that's kind of like an external thing of like, oh, I gotta go find some stuff, versus internal, like your website. It's so that makes sense. So what's the next plan for like what's on the next horizon for Sweets?
So I've been looking to shops, I'm ready. But the only problem I have now is a lot of people don't accept car details.
That's
really hard. And I talked to the guy. I saw a shop like a week ago, and it was the very first one I saw, because like I would call and immediately like I would be like, okay, do you accept this? And it's like, why would I go look at it if they're like,
exactly.
What do you do? A car? Okay, I'll waste my time.
That's the first question. If you're looking for a shop, the first like, hey, do you allow car washing or detailing in your shop? That's the phrase, because a lot of places do not allow anything mechanic, auto related. They don't allow that in their whatever facilities. So anyways, go on.
And then they asked me that question too, like, do you do like just washing or mechanic? Because we don't allow mechanic, but we allow car washing. I was like, okay, yeah, I do car washing. So I went to go see one, and it was 2,800 feet, and I went to the place, and I expected to sell everything that you like at the podcast that you made. What we should like look out for. So I liked it because it had already like the electrical outlets like everywhere, and then it had okay lighting. It had a water spigot inside, so that was like a really good one. The only thing that I didn't have, it was like the drainage. Like it's hard to find like a shop with a drainage. Because
most shops aren't like, oh, let's get a drain. Like who needs a drain in this facility? So that's okay.
So I think it would be good like to clean the floors, and then why wouldn't they? I think like why wouldn't they have a drainage? Like if we only clean the floors, like
Yeah.
They would go to one place.
Yeah, but I don't think that's important enough for them because think about all the school,
I
all the
guess the
schools and
cost,
stuff.
the
Yeah, like
costly thing.
when at schools or buildings when they clean hard floors,
Mm.
there's no drain. They just mop it back up. Like
Oh,
you
yeah,
know, it's a
true.
pretty standard thing. Like
Yeah,
just
yeah.
mop it back up. There's machines for this.
Yeah. But yeah, I like that one. And then I asked the guy, I was like, you know, this is my first shop because he was like, have you ever had a shop? And I was like, no. But I was like, yeah, I have like a little office and whatever. But it was like my virtual office. I was like, yeah, I've done this before. But it was in a design district. But the design district is really expensive for like a 2,500 feet. I think it was like 5,000 to 6,000 a month.
Yeah.
But it's really expensive in that area where my virtual address is. So, but that one's just like up 15 minutes. And it was a good area too because there's like a lot of other businesses. But when I saw that one, I asked the guy, so I was like, you know, this is my first one that I've ever seen. And he's like, why is that? And I was like, because nobody asked car detailing. And he's like, oh yeah. He's like, I get a lot of calls, like detailing. And he's like, he says he works for like a lot of the places or like the different groups that own all the leasings. And they're like, this group is the only group that allows car detailing in Dallas
really?
that I know of in Dallas. And I was like, that put me on. I was like, oh dang. So I have to look for this specific group in order for me to rent. And that was the only spot available. So I was deciding, and then on day 2, it was gone.
Oh, really? Yeah.
So I was like, dang, I think I should have got it. But it was like $3,500 a month. So I was like, I was kind of worried about the price, and I was like, dang, I don't know if I should. But I was like, I thought back, and I was like, I think it like once I get the shop, I'll be able to do more, and I think it just fulfills it by itself. Like I don't like I'll get more leads, and I'll figure out like eventually like how to like I was fine now, but like again like it would have being mobile. You don't have like that bill.
Yeah.
Like now that your cash is like a little bit less just because you do have to pay a shop.
Yeah, I mean that is a big difference. Yeah, like with mobile, if you get like a rain out or whatever, I mean like as far as costs go, because let's say you get rained out, and like there's no work, the employee's like, hey, not today, like rained out, you know, there's no work today, and then the only hard cost is like your van. Well, if you were making financing, it'd be that, and then the car note. I'm sorry, your insurance. But with the shop, it's like all the costs still accrue. You still have to pay the rent. You still have to pay the electricity. You still have to pay the water, the Wi-Fi. You still have to whatever. So the costs are like immensely higher for a shop than a mobile van. But on that one, it's still in that design district thing kind of place. That's why it's so expensive.
It's like,
a little.
It's like 15
down.
minutes up the freeway. So like my place is here, and it just goes up like 15
Okay,
minutes. It's like it's not that far. So I was like, okay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
so with the shop, because like, you are kind of at the mercy of like just what's available and like who allows for detailing, right? So like if there's other shops that are like, oh, that one's 2,000 square feet for $1,800. Oh, that one's so much better. It's like we don't like car detailing. It's like, well, okay, right? So yeah, like keep on looking around, see like if that is the best. Yeah, because you might look at it, you're like, okay, yeah, like mostly other shops here, they fall between 3,000 to 3,700. I guess that's where I have to that's what I have to play with because that's the only ones that allow me to be here. Did you ask like if they could install a drain?
No, they
Yeah, I would try to definitely put that in there, like alongside the like make sure that there's electrical, there's a water spigot in there. Definitely see like if they can include in some way a drain in there. Because when I was quoted here, I think it was like 5,000 to get it installed. But see, like as a new tenant that you're going to be there, like see what like if they can work that into the price or if they can include it or whatever, just to see. Or if not, like how like am I allowed to install a drain?
Yeah.
Because you definitely want a drain. You don't want to do the whole car wash mat thing that we do here. Like you want a drain. That would be a big difference.
There'd be no point because then like, well, we can do it outside, but like, what's the point of getting in the shop if you're still? Yeah,
I mean, just like this whole like last week, it was like cold, rainy, gloomy. It's like how are we gonna prep a car out there? Like we're back into in the same problem of being mobile. Yeah, it's like what am I paying all this? You know, if I'm only I want to be away from the weather at all times, and moving into summer when it's 95, 102, it's like, bro, I don't want to be outside. Like, I want to be indoors, like not in the sun. So yeah, as far as the lighting though, yeah, like because one thing you always upgrade no matter what is probably gonna be the lighting. Like even if it has decent lighting or not, you're gonna upgrade them. Or you should upgrade them because like just better lighting is gonna be better for videos, for content, for inspecting vehicles. Like you'll definitely want to upgrade the lighting.
Yeah, because there's lighting outside with that one. The one I guess you installed new lighting. That lighting is really good compared to like the other one.
Were you here last time with that was before we did the lighting,
before.
Right? Yeah,
you had it installed in another one. I think you had to do this one, but Yeah, like the lighting on this one, like I really
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Compared to like the one I was like, it was kind of like a little darker.
Yeah,
than what it
100%.
was.
No matter where, even like it's even okay if it has bad lighting because you're gonna upgrade the lighting, and it plays a big difference. Like in 104, which is the 1,500 square foot one, before like the lighting that it came with, like basically imagine if you had like it was everything was just very dim. Like you couldn't look at the wheels. Like the wheels were basically dark.
Okay.
Yeah, because like once the wheels were basically dark. But now that once we upgraded them, like it was just I was like I can't believe I waited this long to upgrade the lights. Like it made a big difference, and like it was easier to record content. It was so much easier to inspect the paintwork. It was so much easier to make sure that like the wheels were actually cleaned. For the interior, no light, like no lighting, no shop lighting will ever light up the interior. So you'll still need like dedicated interior work lights, because there's even when now in this shop the interior is still complete. Like you need work lights to
Really?
no there's no lighting that's gonna light up the interior. You still need to put work lights in there in the shop in the vehicle. So next up is a shop. Aside from that, what's are you gonna add new services at all? Because now that you have a shop, you could add. Well, two things. If you do get a shop, you can add whatever services you want. But then two, because you have the power, knowledge of how to do SEO and such, it's like you can control. You have the power to be like, oh, I can start ranking for this other service and just start bringing that as a service. Like you have that power. Like it's not like, oh, I wish you have that power to just be like, oh, I'm gonna add this service. I'm gonna rank for it. I'm gonna start getting leads for that.
Exactly. Yeah. That's really good about it. Like,
Yeah.
you
So
just add it.
Have you thought about any other services at all?
Well, that's one of the reasons I wanted to get a shop too, because like I was like before but just being mobile, I wanted to offer a PPF. But like I didn't want to like PPF the whole car. There's like just the front,
partial or
like
front end?
just a partial. Like I wasn't not gonna want to blow on. Yeah, let me go PPF the whole car just because I didn't really. It was not. I was just like I just want to try it out.
Yeah.
Right. And it was just trying out. But like I've contacted many, and they're like, yeah, you need a shop.
Yeah.
And they're like, I need to visit your shop, and I'm like,
oh, you reach out to the who did you reach out to? There's like 3M, Estec, there's
3M,
Xpel, there's Suntech, there's
Suntech. Okay,
Yeah.
so Xpel was really strict. They told me no first because they're like, they looked at my website and they're like, it says you're mobile. They're like, no, sorry. And then also you're too close to an Xpel installer. They're like, nope, I'm sorry.
I actually have another episode coming on that. See that's like that's I can't stand that. Like I cannot.
Yeah,
I cannot stand.
they're
That's why
strict.
we're not gonna go. We didn't. That's why we didn't go with Expo. We're not going with Expo. I cannot stand their business practices. I can't stand the whole like so much criteria to do this. Anyways, go on, my bad. Go on.
And then 3M was like, they said no exactly for the same thing, mobile. And then Suntech,
Suntech.
they're like, yeah, sure, we can do that. And they looked at my website and they didn't say anything. So I was like, okay, that's cool. Maybe like I just wanted to like at least like the training at least so I can get like something. And then they're like, yeah, so first we just gotta inspect your shop, and I was like, it's $1,500, and I was like, yeah, no, another day, because they wanted to come and check it out and like see if it was like a good, I guess, working space or whatever. And I was like, no, but that literally all of them just want to shop.
Yeah, and like, did you ever ask like why they do that and such? Yeah,
I was just like, I guess they don't want someone representing their product as someone mobile. I have to like take you more serious.
Yeah, it's like, at face value, it seems like that, and like it almost makes sense to do that. But at the same time, it's like, but why though? Like they don't do that. Why is that the only thing that they do that with? As far as like, imagine if who do you use for coding right now?
DPC
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anyone. Let's say any brand. Let's say McGuire's or Chemical Guys or Shine Supply. What if before they sold you a coding, they're like, let me go inspect your shop. It's like, why? Like it doesn't matter. I'm purchasing this. Like I can do whatever I want with it, right? Like so I don't understand. Like to me, like the whole like to uphold their quality, it's like that's not your business. Like I'm literally paying top dollar for this very expensive film. I'm buying it. It's mine. Like it's mine. It's my ownership. Like it's why So when they're talking about the whole because if you go with Expo, I don't know if 3M's the same, but like you have to use their software.
Yeah,
and you have to buy their equipment, and you have to use their coding.
Oh, I didn't know
the ceramic coding. They said you have to use it. So it's like, so
you're like
that's
limited.
That's why I wouldn't go Expo, because like you're telling me I've working so hard for my business to grow it, to build it the way that I want to build it, and because I want to use your brand, you are now gonna have a fist over me saying this is how I should run it. Like no, that's not happening. So for PPF, we went. I don't know if are you on the Have you purchased it from Car Supplies Warehouse?
You can buy.
Well, Jason from Chicago Auto Pros / Car Supplies Warehouse, they started their own PPF line called Optical.
Mm-hmm.
They had a pre-order launch. It's over now, but they had a pre-order launch a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was $1,300 for, I forgot the length of the film, but we're going with them, and we're getting trained through them.
Oh,
for PPF.
Cool. Oh,
because even when I reached out to S-Tech, it was the same thing of like, they didn't have a minimum order. They didn't have like the whole like location thing. Like that was cool. But then they're like, I was like, okay, cool. Like I'll go get trained. Like they sent me some location to go get trained. I was like, okay, cool. We'll go do that. In the meantime, can you give me some more information so I can get the ball rolling? And they're like, just go get trained first. And I'm like, bruh,
yeah.
What are you talking about, dude? Like, give me some information. Like, what's the point of gatekeeping this?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to go Optical from Car Supplies Warehouse because they don't order. They have a few criteria as well, but it's like, I think the training's going to be free if you're like a Detail Wise member, something like that. But it's like, that's what I want. Like, bro, let me just buy the film and I can do it myself. Like the whole like, oh, we want to hold quality. It's like, no, bro, that's a lie. Like, where else does it happen? Like, if I bought this $2,000 Sony camera with this $1,400 lens, the Sony come to me like, well, I want to make sure you're using it properly. So come to this training first. It's like, no, like, if I buy it, it's mine. Like, let me do. If I want to throw it off a cliff, like, bro, I bought it. Like that. Let me do that with what I want. But anyways, so do you plan on offering PPF service? Like, do you still want to do that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, most definitely. It's something more exciting. But honestly, I thought you had to get trained. Like, I thought it was like do you have to?
Yeah. So again, like with the other brands, to my knowledge, per my research, so I'm not saying I am 100% right. I'm just saying based on what I researched, is that like with the S-Tech one, they, like, I was happy that they're like no minimum order, no geo whatever, like no limitations on like if there's a installer nearby. But then they were like, you do have to be certified in training. You have to be certified. And I was like, okay, great. Where'd I go? Like, I'm sure you have location somewhere, or like, you know, we go to you, right? And then they're like, well, you have to be trained by someone. I forgot what they said, but it's like, and then they gave me a list, and they're like 3M, XPEL, or whatever. And I was like, so I have to go to XPEL or 3M, get trained by them, and then I contact you to buy your film. So that was also very confusing. And then they did send me another trainer that isn't like, it's just someone that does PPS training, and that was in Arizona.
Yeah, I saw that one too.
And so with them they did, and I think it's the same thing for their tint as well. Is that and if anyone listening that knows their proper answer, like DM me. But yes, so for the most part, for those brands, yes, you do have to be trained, like certified. Not like, do you have to though, or is it just like is it also an easy way for them to kind of force the training to pay $1,000 per student to get trained to be able to do that?
Yeah.
Because again, like, look at everything else. Like, why is it that thing? And for anyone that's like just straight like defending, like, oh no, but they want to make sure it's done right. It's like, yeah, but like, where else is this done? Like, and what other? I'm not saying it's not, but I'm saying like that should be an option, not a force. Like, before you purchase this, you have to get trained. It's like, if you can purchase it, but if you want to be better, you can pay for the training. Like, it should be more like that. So again, that's how I went with because like we're also doing vinyl wrapping. Like, we've been doing that a lot.
Oh, really?
And with that, you can purchase that film from anyone. Avery, 3M, KPMF, Vivid, all those, they just sell it to you, and you're wrapping the vehicle. And I mean, you're still cutting the material, you're still stretching it, you're still whatever. And it's like no one needs training through that. They just sell it to you. So that's why I'm like, I'm so confused. Like, why is PPF like this thing that like is now so different? So that's how I went with Optical, that like we'll just get trained through them, because it feels so much less like greedy. It feels like like they're not trying to force you to train. Okay, I'll just that's why. So that's why we're going with Optical.
I just want to run through the same thing for like paint correction, because like before I started offering brake hair, I was like, I gotta go get you trained, like to do paint correction. I literally took nothing from there. After I left the class, I took nothing. Yeah, and I learned, like, with someone next to me, like that was Serrano. He taught me, like, I learned more than him than I did. More than I did to the class, and I like traveled and I did all this, I read like the best, and you get certified and everything. And then same thing. So when there was like a ceramic coating that was only for the people that went to class. So when I got it, when I was trying to get the ceramic coating, they're like, no, you need a shop. to get the
Yeah,
ceramic
see, I'm
coating.
not-
I was
I'm
like,
like-
what? So
and
I went for nothing. Like I was like,
And
I
what-
can't even get your thing.
What was the
Adam's polishes.
their coding?
Yeah.
Their coding
Yeah,
for
yeah.
that?
They have a professional grade.
But like, what was their selling point on that? Like, what?
Nothing, like you just had to take the class.
But sort of
then
like,
you can get it.
what was so special about the coding? Like, what? Like, were they like?
It was just like a higher grade more than your consumer grade that they sell. It
Was
was just
it-
more durable, more whatever.
Was it claimed for like 6 to 9 years or something like that?
Yeah, 6 and 9 years.
Yeah, I don't understand it because there's plenty of other coatings. Even DIY Detail came out with their coding. It's like even DPC. It has like a 6-year, 8-year, 9-year coding. That's why I'm like, man, what's the play here? Like, why do the companies why are brands
Yeah.
doing that? I don't understand it, and I don't like it. Like, that's why I'm also against, again, like being authorized installers, like ceramic coating installers. I think that's like whack as well. Like I'm not, I don't abide by that. I don't agree with that. I think it's bad for the industry. I think it's bad as a whole because it just I don't agree with it at all.
I don't want it to be the same as PPF though, where like I get trained and then I take nothing from it, and it's like I learn from my own craft.
Yeah, I will say though with that one, it's like even us applying vinyl wrap to like because we've been wrapping different stuff, like panels and such. I will say though, vinyl wrapping, and I'm sure it's going to be the same with PPF. The reason why we're so active on vinyl wrapping as well is because like right now you can't just order PPF. So that like I just want to start practicing something. So that's why we're ordering more vinyl film. But we're gonna offer vinyl wrapping as well. But from the limited ones that we've done, it is much different. Like I could learn paint correction in a day, and over a week, over a month, I can become a natural at it. With vinyl, and I'm sure it's gonna apply to PPF. Like there's a much bigger learning curve, like way bigger learning curve.
Right.
To like, oh, like this is like there actually is, to my knowledge. Like you could figure out interior cleaning by yourself. You could figure out paint correction on your own, right? You could figure out coating on your own. With vinyl wrapping, you get 100% figured out on your own if you're watching videos. But it's like it's a bit more work to get it done properly. So I would say like with that one, I would still be 100% for if you want to learn it on your own, learn it on your own. But I think that's definitely one where it's like, I want to get trained on that one for sure because there's a lot more nuance to like properly.
Okay.
Yeah, like yeah. There's a lot more nuance. There's actually a vinyl wrap, Jay the rap specialist. He's here in Houston. He has like a large, I think in total, like on his TikTok, I think he has like 2 million followers. But he offers a vinyl wrap training here in Houston. We're gonna send Angel to go get trained over there. And again, like I'm not one to talk about training, but I'm like, dang, like. Yeah. Even I'm like, oh, okay, like it's gonna take me a while to pick up on all the little nuances.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, just go get trained and bring that all back to me. Like, like teach me everything that you learned over there. Because there's a bit more like, oh, this is a bit more like, like when we were wrapping the HHR, one of the panels, I was like, oh man, I'm a little worried actually. Like I'm actually like, I haven't been concerned about doing something in a long time, and I'm like, man, I kind of want to learn a bit, like actually get learn the ins and outs of this. So yeah, but if you how set are like why do you want to start offering PPF? Like what kind of like because me and Lex have talked about it for a while. It wasn't until Angel came on board that like he really pushed us forward to like start doing that. But what was like what did you like why do you want to offer PPF? What did you look at, or is it like just something new? Is it the price points? Is it like
the leads?
They
ask. They're like, hey,
and that's,
like ceramic coating, and they're like, yeah, for ceramic coating, yeah, okay, I want a PPF the front, and I was like, God dang.
Yeah, do you hear it often?
Yeah, no, and I gotten probably like. Sometimes like in a month, I would get like 2 leads on like, hey,
on just PPF.
Do you want like no, like they come for ceramic coating, but they're like, hey, I heard they do like their research and they're like, I heard PPF is good for the front, and I'm like, yeah, I don't offer that. I was like, you can do the PPF somewhere else, and you can come to me,
back.
But then they're like, nah, they go and they already offer
they do
both.
it there,
So
yeah,
like, okay,
yeah. Same thing here with Lexus. I was like, hey, someone else is asking for PPF, and for the longest, we're like, oh, we should do it, but then now we're like, okay, we're doing it. It's the same thing. Do you know the price points on PPF? You haven't looked at the price points? So like for a vinyl wrap, and this is just me off of like doing my research. But like let's say on a Tacoma, right? Let's say let's say for vinyl wrapping, on a Tacoma, let's say you're just gonna take like the Stealth Black. I don't know, just say Stealth Black. Per what I think it would be charged, it would probably fall between like $2,500 to $4,500 for a full vinyl wrap, the whole vehicle, right? Full wrap. For PPF, I think it'll fall between like $4,000 to $6,500 for a full wrap PPF on the whole thing. Yeah, because the a customer not too long ago. He had a Dodge 3500. I don't know, massive truck. It was big. It's a big truck, massive. A full wrap PPF on that was $9,000, and he also got it corrected and polished. Yeah, corrected and coated. Like it was corrected, polished, PPF, and coated. The PPF was coated, and it was $9,000. Yeah, and another vehicle, yeah, $7,000 for full vehicle wrap. Yeah. So it's that's how we're gonna get into it as well, because it's a far higher ticket price than detailing. Yeah, we're still gonna do detailing, but it's and for me specifically, it's like after detailing, interior cleaning, paint correction for 10 years now, it's like, so I want something new at this point. You know, like it's gotten a little mundane to me.
Like, isn't it like a whole different thing though? Like,
it is. So like for detailing, for sure, PPF and tint is the most closely aligned thing to detailing. Like a lot of detail shops will also offer PPF and tint.
Yeah,
like those kind of go together. It is different, but those kind of fall a lot. Like, vinyl wrapping is definitely like a whole separate thing for sure. But it's cool. So that's how we're gonna offer it. Maybe at some point we might offer tint, but right now we're just focused on PPF and vinyl wrapping. But for sure, yeah, like the ticket prices are gonna jump. Like if like a correction and coating goes, like if depending whatever the size, condition, what they want, whatever. But let's say it's like 800 to 1800, a full wrap PPF or even partial PPF, can range like a partial PPF, like call it the front end, the front bumper, the hood, the mirrors, and maybe the A pillars. I don't know, like 15 to 2,500, depending what it is, just for that, right? Imagine a full wrap. So you're talking like a correction and coating going from 8 to 1,800, and then you're not going to introduce PPF. That ticket price goes up to like 2,000 to 4,000 now. You keep the car a lot longer and such, but and it is a lot more work. But it's like the ticket price is there. Like it's a much higher ticket price. So yeah. And if you are thinking that like what's your confidence in like actually offering that service? Like over the next year or so, call it over the next year and a half. What's your confidence in like, yes, I want to offer that. I'm gonna offer that.
Oh yeah, like most definitely, like is I'm gonna offer it. The only struggle is options on the shops. Like I don't really have a lot of options.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the struggle. Like trying to find one that actually accept it. That's the only problem. Like I feel like the other parts for like of course getting the leads.
Yeah,
I don't think it's gonna be a problem. But yeah, that's like confident that I am gonna offer it. That's just the barrier.
What about tint at all? Have you thought about that? Not really.
No, not really.
Okay, and that's fine. I'm just wondering.
It's not really.
Have you Yeah, so one thing I would recommend for sure is like just create that page on PPF for your website already. Like because like even I haven't optimized it all the way, so it's there's still some things that I need to do to make sure it's optimized and it's actually ranking. But
one leads to that I get a lot now. I think I got like 10 are like smoke odor removals.
Oh yeah, that's really. Oh yeah. Dang, yeah. That's also a high ticket item as well. Ours start off at 600. Yes, like I already have I'm showing him the phone of the page that I created. I haven't optimized it all the way, but like again, like we don't offer the service yet. But this is the entire PPF
like
page.
you're already trying to rank for it.
Yeah.
That's good.
I might as well start on it, even though, and I'm gonna do the same thing.
By the time everybody's trained and now you already have like
at least I'm already a steps ahead.
Yeah.
Which is why I was like when I was talking to the other brand, I was like, can I get more information so I can be a step ahead? It's like, no, just go get trained first. I'm like, bruh.
Yeah.
That class isn't until like a month later from now, like whatever, So I'm gonna do the same thing with vinyl wrapping. I'm gonna create a page and try to rank for it, just because like if we are gonna offer the service, I might as well be a step ahead and like already start the marketing and such. So I would 100% recommend that for you as well. But yeah, I would probably recommend like that would change your business altogether. Offering PPF, like because you're gonna go into a shop now, like everything changes because now like 1-2 PPFs per month would like already cut the like it's that straightforward.
You would make whatever like you did with the interiors and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a pretty high. Yeah, so that's why we're moving towards. We're still gonna do the details and such. Like that's not going away. Like, it's just on top of what we're doing. It's gonna be PPF and vinyl wrapping.
I'm not gonna be like, no, I don't touch the interior again.
We won't be doing that. But that's definitely where we're moving. So I remember, I think your family member or your girlfriend had like a nail salon thing.
Oh yeah.
Did you ever do that?
The only thing that struggles is like because hers is harder because she can't go mobile, right? She has to get like a stationary place, and you're already adding a bill on top. Right, you don't have any customers. You have a bill on top, and you don't have any customers. and it's like you're gonna run like super dry at the 6 month mark, versus like because she's in Arlington, and that's like a little city. So by default,
okay, yeah.
your leads are not gonna be that strong, versus Dallas. Like,
Yeah.
I already know the ins and outs in Dallas. Like I know where to get the backlinks and everything like that. Like I can do that quickly, and you'll if it took me 4 months, 4 to 6 months, it'll take her like 4, or 3, because she already has her website up. It's just the backlinks and the address and the citations. But that's the only struggle, and it's like that's what I'm struggling actually. That's what I ask you. Like how would that go about?
If she's in Arlington,
Yeah, and she wants to move to Dallas, but like no customers, no leads.
but she wants to. But is she gonna move to Dallas?
She wants to, but again, it's that monthly bill that she has to pay.
What, like monthly bill as far as like her apartment, or
No, it's the place where you have the business.
like the virtual address, or like an actual location, like an actual.
Yeah, well, like it's a virtual for now in Arlington.
Mm-hmm.
But
she would want to get like an actual physical location.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of those.
It would be better, and I can rank her better.
Yeah.
In Dallas versus like.
Would she be making the trip every day?
That's not the problem. It's just a problem about like the
how far is the? It's like a 30-minute drive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's not bad at all then.
Yeah, but it's just that the bill like she'll get like.
Yeah. How much is the cost?
I think it's
one of those like where you rent on a booth, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
I think like the rent's pretty high. I think it was like $750, but it's a week.
Oh dang! Really?
Or like $650 a week, and it's like this small.
Yeah,
room,
it's just and there's like a bunch of other people in there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
$650 a week,
or like $550. It depends where you want it. Like a really good area would be like more of the $750 area. Like the place is renovated.
Yeah,
and
so
like the $550, $450. Like the place is like a little.
It's $550, $450.
Yeah. So, but like it's with the price. I told her I even start with the $550, but even like at that, it's $2,000 a month.
Is she already getting customers at all right now?
Some leads. I mean,
like as far as like friends, family, things of that nature.
I mean, yeah. She literally has everything. She has the experience already, and she has the reviews. Like she has all that. It's just the location and the citations of the backlinks.
Yeah. So
and I don't want to start that because you had to go back to your citations and change them.
Yeah, and because she's in Arlington, but she wants to be in Dallas. Yeah.
It would just be better. Just by default.
Yeah, and moving out there. Yeah, I mean, what I would do if I was in that situation and I was like, and I know for sure that I'm gonna go work out of Dallas. Like I know I'm gonna make that drive. I'm gonna go get a shop or a little booth over there, what it's called. Yeah, all I would do is I would go and I would still get a virtual address and I would just make it super clear on the homepage, or like I put like a top bar that like shows on all pages. Currently working in Arlington. Making move to Dallas in December of 2023. That's all I would do.
Really?
I'd keep it that simple.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
I think about that.
Yeah, that's it. And I would rank. Yeah, I would do all the same process. Yeah. Yeah, because because you're still gonna have to do the citations and such, which will like you're right. Like trying to make sure they're all fixed again is a little annoying. But that's when you have like that whatever service that I mentioned. The one that or Moz.
It like lays out everything.
Yeah, the one that you just update the address and it'll correct all of them for you, or it'll update all of them for you, and you would be able to manage it like that. But that's what I would do. Yeah, that's what I would do. Yeah, do it because I want to see you rank another website. Be like, oh, like
I'm ranking 3.
You got the power. Oh, you have which other ones? 3. Oh, your mom's.
No, I just started it. And I want to see want to test it out.
Exactly, because you're like, I can do it, right?
See
like,
what happens. Like, I did detailing. And I was like, let me see. Like,
what is it?
It's a trailer rental business.
No.
Yeah. So I just got like a trailer, and I put the winch in it. And stuff. Like, if worst case, I can keep it. Like, there's nothing. My dad can use it if that doesn't go. Like, right.
Like a trailer. Just
like a trailer that hitches into your truck. And then I was like, and then I started. I actually found this one guy. But on TikTok, and I bought his course, and it was like $50, and he teaches you everything, as far as like contracts, so your liability, because that's like a liability when you hold, So he teaches you the operation, how to put the winch on, how to mount, like everything more like just operation.
The actual,
and that's literally what I needed. Like I didn't need nothing else. Like he doesn't teach you marketing. He teaches you marketing, but he does Facebook ads and stuff like that. And I was like, I don't know. Like I want to do Facebook. I just like know their business. I gotta get like Facebook. I was like, okay. So I started a website on trailer business.
What's it called? No, don't say it. Don't say it.
Okay, But I started the business as well. So, and I just have that trailer up. So the only thing I'm missing is pictures because it's like dry. Like I don't have any pictures. But recently I saw another one with like a dump trailer. Like you can buy dumps and you can leave it.
Mhm.
They put the trash
Right,
and
right.
stuff like
Well, yeah, like for like houses or whatever when they're
like they're remodeling.
yeah
and stuff.
build just
So
to
I
throw
was like,
trash in
yeah.
there. Yeah.
And funny enough, I've gotten in the last like 6 months. I think I've gotten like a call every month.
No,
Yeah,
from the
and it has
wait for the trailer or for the dump.
the trailer.
Okay, got your
They're
trailer.
both the same. Like it's trailer
Got you,
rental business.
got you.
There is no citations. There's no backlinks. It's just a website and a virtual address. Like I've nothing put like, and I just put like the most like
Basic, like
basic
yeah, like half
and I
ass,
was
like
yeah, but everything's optimized. Though.
yeah.
Like everything like has this keyword. They still interlink. Like they still have a gallery, but it's
Yeah.
not really a gallery. It's like,
Yeah,
base pictures
yeah.
because like I don't have any pictures. But it like and then I was
Wait,
like,
but have you actually rented it out yet?
No,
Oh.
I haven't got to that process because I'm like because usually when they call me, and that business is different because that business is like I need it now or like I need it like
Yeah,
mhm.
yeah.
Like a lot of like those are like oh well when can you have it relatively available, and then I think the only thing is like I'm in Dallas and I'm either working for the thing. Sometimes like I would I have the two business lines on that one. I was like I just want to try it out because it was like $5 extra
Yeah.
just to add another line on the same phone. And sometimes they call me and I reply with the other business and I'm like,
yeah.
hey, do you have a trailer? And I was like, oh, no.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I have one. And they're like, yeah, I'm on my way to the address to pick it up. And then I was like, yeah. And I was just testing it. I was like, yeah, so the rate is like 160 per day. And they're like, yeah, no problem. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, it's not available.
But that's amazing though, right? Because like you feel powerful, like dude, I could do this. This is crazy. Because then you start thinking like, well, what other business can I start and just start getting the leads, right? And then you're saying, well, I could just market. I just gotta find someone that does the work actually. Yeah.
That's one thing I think I'm gonna do that one is the trailer business. And my brother, he currently works at a hospital, and I mean he'll have time, and he can just
for him
they can
got
just
you.
I'll probably just let him do the work.
Yeah, which is true. I mean, yeah, because even then, like, have you looked at all the other things that you could like? What other services are there for trailer pickup and such? Like, what I'm saying is like you're just thinking like a trailer thing right now, but it's like do everything. Might like optimize it for all the things that are there. You know, like even if you don't have it's okay if it's like one for practice for yourself, but then two, it's like just see what happens.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah, I mean, there's just different trailers.
Like
that's right.
Yeah, like whatever it is, like whatever it's like, just rank for everything. Just go for it. Yeah,
Just
but I'm saying that's the power of having that skill, and that's why I always say like you have the ability like to push and pull the levers on like I want more business. Oh, let's go try this over here. Like you have that power. Like if you wanted to offer PPF or tint or whatever, vinyl, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's like oh yeah, I know how to get leads for that. Like I'm able to do that. Do you reference the course still? Like do you go back to that or you already got it in your head?
No, it's in my head already.
Yeah, which is good. Which is good. Yeah, for the most part. Yeah, which for the most part. Yeah. That's fantastic. Yeah.
I looked at the new video that you post. It's like it's better. It's just more laid out better. But like it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. I'm like,
it's kind of just fresher looking. Yeah.
I went back just to refresh, but I'm like, no, I think I got everything down.
Yeah,
so I'm
basically,
like, it's all natural now.
Yeah, because even now I'll still listen to some local SEO podcasts, but a lot of times like it's like okay, cool. Like it reassures me like okay, like I still know everything. It's like I still know I'm still doing all the right things. I'm still like like okay, everything is still good.
Yeah.
When do you plan on actually offering the like accepting payment for a trailer? Like when is that? Because once you do that, I think you're gonna be like, whoa,
yeah,
that's crazy. Like
so I'm like I'm more than ready. It's just that I don't have a truck. Like and I can't pull it out of a Mustang.
Yeah.
Can't pull it off out of Honda.
Not that the Ranger.
No, it's too much pounds. It's the trailer itself is 4,000 pounds. It's rated for
it's like a legit one.
Yeah,
like
it's rated for like 11,000 pounds.
Oh,
so it's like
how much was that? The trailer?
I think it was like
900.
9K. Yeah, so it was not.
So eventually you got to actually start.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Eventually you got to be like, all right, I got to actually sell this.
Yeah, but that's when my brother comes in.
Yeah.
Just go do it. Like you don't have to do nothing. Just know the trailer, make them sign the documents.
Yeah, which is cool because you can think about anything. Like think about like if you have someone that's in accounting and they're like, yeah, I just got my accounting whatever degree. It's like, I want to start this business. You're like, you want to start a business? You said, like
yeah. So like actually one of the plumbers.
You said like, a business.
one of the plumbers my dad had. He wanted to buy my van. The little van. He's like, yeah, I want to start a business. Well, he already has a business, so we hired him for like some plumbing work. And then I asked my dad, I was like, so did they do a good job or not? He was like, yeah, he did a good job. And I was like, so I tell him that I was like, I just playing like, tell him give him the van, and we'll get a royalty. I'll give him. I'll start his website for him. I can get him leads. Just want a small percentage.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. But it's true though, because you can start thinking that way.
Yeah, and then,
You could think multiple ways of like, oh, I wouldn't go this route because I don't like it. But like, it could be like, oh, can I start an SEO agency? Right? I wouldn't recommend that. I'm not a fan of like. I was like,
Nah,
I like being in control of the brand. Like, was what I'm saying. Yes, like you could be like, okay, start an SEO agency, or I could just like, who I could be a partner in a company. I don't do the work, but my part is just to do all the marketing and generate the leads. Like that's another way. Or like they said, like, oh, I can rank another website for plumbing or whatever, and I'll just sell the leads to one or two businesses. Like I said, there's so many ways that you can like utilize this skill now. And for those that are like lost, he's referring to the SEO for Detailers course. He took we should have probably started with that, but he took my course SEO for Detailers a year ago, and since then he's ranked his detailing website and then ranked two other websites, and that's why we are here talking about.
I'm gonna do that.
Different opportunities.
That when you told me about the Dallas one, the virtual address and see, and the
nail technician.
It's a facial business.
Facial.
I want to see it. Like
yeah.
And if it starts ranking, man,
it's crazy. Yeah, you have
a small percentage.
But like that's so true. Like because even myself with like content, not that I charge, but it's like I'll like with Caesar, he has I don't know if you see like Digital Groove. It's like we kind of put a halt on it now, but like we're creating content for local businesses. That's it. Like just how to grow your local business. Like so like plumbers, electricians, it doesn't matter if your local business, his content will help. And we posted like 3 videos like across like the TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram. For all those 3, like I think we got like 500,000 views, or not 500,000, a few 100,000. But I'm saying like if you have that skill, like oh dang, I can create content, and from there he can like get leads, and from there like you just have that skill. So I'm saying like you just have that power to like. That's so powerful about knowing marketing. Is like you have that power to create leads and to make money because you want to, and like you look at things differently because now like in a way you kind of look at your detailing business and you're like, I have other ways to make money now though.
Exactly.
Do you like,
I've been moments and I'm like, I need to sell this.
Yeah. And
I think about it, sell it. Like
not that you will, whatever, but it's like you having that skill set allows you for that opportunity to think of like, okay, so I see something that's like. It's not entirely just me doing detailing forever, or not even that. It's like, oh, or what if I put just someone in place and I'll just I'll just control like 3 businesses on the marketing side or whatever. Because the exact same way you run your detailing business can be applied to the facial stuff, to a pool party rental, a party rental business where like the chairs and stuff. Yeah. It's all the same thing. Great customer service, communication, the website reviews, like making sure like. It's the same thing across the board. So you could be like the hub, like Juan HQ, and you have like 3 little businesses that are running the full. I'm saying like your mind expands because you have these new skills now. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. So, that's what I like. That's how. Yeah, that's I think, and that's just like the natural evolution, right? Like, or you just focus on your business and just keep on doing that, like, and keep on ranking, and like you have that power. Like, hey, let me go to San Antonio. Do the exact same thing. Like, let me start ranking for all San Antonio keywords. Now you have a San Antonio location. I'm saying like the opportunities are endless of what you can do. Like, but you have that skill to be able to do that. It's amazing.
Yeah. No, I think there's
so many things you can do, bro. Like there's like over the next 10 years, there's going to be so many things that you can do.
Yeah, I went detailing because you were doing detailing. I was like, yeah, I guess I'll just follow what he does, right? And then now that I have this skill, I was like,
make your own path.
and do like a lot of other things.
Yeah. Now, when it gets to that point, at any point, even with the services that we're going to offer, like you have to really prioritize what's an actual opportunity and what's just a distraction at that point, right? Because you could do a lot of things that like will make money, but it's really focusing on like what's going to make the most money. That's what's the best use of my time that will make us the most money. So yeah, that's why like for us, like we're offering PPF vinyl because it just that's like it aligns and makes sense with everything else. Like it wouldn't make like I could say, oh, I'm going to rank for oil changes now. No, okay, I could, but like, okay, and that's that's more of a distraction because why would we even do that? It all you have to align them. I think we're good. Did you want to add anything else?
No.
Okay, we're good here. Thank you, everyone. Mr. Juan from Sweets, appreciate you being here. We're gonna go do like 2 other videos right now. Thank you. I'll talk to you on the next one. Bye bye.
Bye bye.